Oh yeah. So I figured out swamp coolers run better in when you're gone. It's been a pretty low key day, and I was just thinking to myself as I was donating my coins to the fountain, because that's the only point to them is a wishing well. And the fountain out here, the three. This is such a cool place. This is why having a cell phone is super important. I need an iPhone tomorrow. It's all going to be on the U.S. government's dime anyway. I'm going to go into the law place and, have a sit-down conversation and just be like, look, this is a win-win for literally everybody. Everybody ends up looking like heroes, and the U.S. legal system itself, the system, rage against the machine, right? Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing, and that's the only thing I have been, and that's what I've been saying the whole time. Like, my home is in Seattle. It's Harbor Steps. We're going to figure it all out tomorrow. I'm going to have a permanent address there by the time I land. So my next step is Phoenix International. We're going to charter a flight there. Remember, all of this is going to be on the U.S. government's dime because I have a case against them no matter what. So it's going to be against North Ogden City. It's going to, against this DV charge. And there are zombies up there. Like, it's The Walking Dead. They don't give a crap. Like, any excuse to not do something, they're going to, like, it's worst case scenario, but it gets worse because of that. And so they're not even going to notice. I think this is going to be super hilarious, by the way. We just get this all done behind their backs and see how much we can establish Atlas in Seattle, because we do love him, especially when he's at his best. And we're just going to do it out of love because we need him and he needs us, and if we're all better together. Like, what I'm able to accomplish and solve and bring out of people just by being me, it's the same thing with y'all, and that's what I nurture. And what I'm saying is, like, I'm afraid for my life. I'm not afraid of my parents. I know they love me because they I would trust that they would do anything within their limits. And so it's proven that it's not illegal to love me, which means it is legal to love me as much as humanly possible, and that's what I kind of need. So we can, work outside the law. Love is above it anyway. We have to think of no one can lose here. Family means no one is homeless. That's an absolute, absolutely not a thing. That's not a thing. So, it's just a matter of getting us to look at the new plan, which is us versus the thing, the real, cause of pain. And then we kill it, because I'm the one who does. Cool, huh? So, yeah, I called the bluff. I called the bluff in freaking jail. This was well over a month ago. I was telling everybody in Weber County, we're going to get the charge dropped and we're going to be a family again. Yeah, well, we are a family. We're going to get Atlas established in Seattle permanently, and it's going to be amazing for everybody. I'm going to get everything restored beyond, better than. I'll work on a list. It'll be fine. The next step is just to get me to Phoenix International and charter a flight to Seattle. We can figure out everything else in between. So I know what I need to do tomorrow. It's going to be fine. I know better than to reach out to people who are not really willing to help in the first place. But, if we have somebody with, just the impetus to be like, I trust this dude. I could even point the people here at the law firm up the street. I can point them in so many different directions. I can literally just say, hey, ask literally anybody about Atlas. Ask anybody. Ask anybody. I will tell you certain people who know me best, because I understand that they can feel it. I understand that. I can feel that. So, I will name names. Whether they follow up, and who cares? Just be honest. Work together. Everybody wants these problems gone, and I have an awesome solution that is literal text messages just to figure out what you already have. And then you just connect the dots. Who might have what? Seriously, with the iPhone thing, companies give those away all the time with family plans and stuff. Get, 4 and then a +1, right? Stuff like that. That happens all the time. I used to work for AT&T. And that was ancient. It was like 2014, so it's not even the same planet. But like, I mean, that's how fast it can be. Somebody's gonna upgrade anyway. Just like not. You can get rid. You can like. You don't need to trade in this time. Like, this is the one time you can be like, okay, It's not hard, people. I think and this was not part of, I don't have a plan. I can't have a plan. That's the point. I've had zero effect on my own life. I've had zero consequences that are in a desirable direction. So that changes, and thank you. So it's such a horrifying thought. I'm sorry. It is actual death what these people are choosing. It is actual death. Oh, right. So we're back. What I proved here again is like, it's impossible to live without like a cell phone now. It needs to be a fundamental need. And it's easy. They don't all have to be top of the line. They don't all have to be Samsung. They don't all have to be Apple. They can be some of the lesser thans. Maybe that is why they should be there. It's transient. It's planned obsolescence anyway. Like, those companies and those brands and the models are not necessarily built to last. Right? So neither should be transitioning from one permanent home to another permanent home. My home is Seattle. It always has been. So we're going to get me established there with a proper legal name. That has to be done. And again, like 7/17 is when it's like scheduled in Weber County, but 1 plus 7 is 8. Tomorrow is 8. So yeah, great. Yeah, we're done there, right? So this takes anybody famous out of the picture. This is just establishing a person who really, really deserves it. He deserves all of it. He deserved it a long time ago. But it is so, so, so welcome and appreciated. I am such a gracious recipient. It's not even funny. What have I already done and given? This is just a little give back. Seriously, and it is coming back to you anyway, too. It is on the U.S. government's dime. It is on the U.S. legal system's dime. We are going to run up a tab and see what we can get away with in loving Atlas and getting him established in Seattle. That's what we're going to do. And then they're going to pay for it times 3 because I'm not Job and I don't need a job. I have life, work, career, and legacy. I've already established my own legacy, and I'm not even 37 yet. Try me. Like, you already have, and I've won. So we're just gonna cut losses, get Atlas Sterling established at 1221 First Avenue. You probably already know what room is perfect for me, so just do it. Pen it in. Engrave it in. Etch it in. Blaze it in. I'm in the Southwest blazing saddles. Wow. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna try and hook them up with you should, because duh. But yeah, let's for once just take them out. Like, bottom line, my bottom line, I have a home in Seattle tomorrow. I sleep in my own bed in Harbor Steps permanently. I have my instruments again, or at least as many as can be procured and done that day. They're all going to have the EMGs. You already know what I like. Like, I'm going to spell it out again, but like, you can talk to Damon Spragia at Sweetwater, you can talk to Sweetwater, like, it's all there. I'll just point to which ones I want right now, because again, I was in Providence House mode of like, okay, what would be the absolute perfect give back for a musician's legacy? I want your legacy to be written and recorded here, where the most important moments in my entire life happened. That's what. So I want to make sure that it is actual best. That's why. So most of it, not really. I have ideas for like personal stuff, and that's what I would like in hotel rooms and stuff when I travel too. Like on tour, I have to be able to create music no matter what. This is not okay not having I cannot even finish that sentence. It's too much. So, here we go. So I'm going to go to the law office, and I'm going to blast out an email to pretty much everybody just to be like, well, here's where we're going. You can be part of the, like, most unprecedented exaltation of rags to riches and hometown hero that like left his own and adopted one. Like, I love Old Town Cottonwood. I really do. It's just not home. I need more, and I also need less at the same time. It's weird. So it's less like heat and elevation. Like, I love sea level humidish. Like, it's temperate. Yeah, duh. Seattle is Buddhism. Because it's indigenous. It's the same thing. So it's just spelled out, and like, this is proper thought. This is proper action. Indigenous just got it. They just got it, and they just expressed it in different like oral and written traditions if they did writing. Mostly oral, right? The ones that like resonate most with me are oral traditions. But anyways, it's not here nor there. But yeah, it's I need a little bit more of a little bit of everything. This place has so much character and potential. I see nothing but good. Mostly because I see nothing but good, and if I don't resonate somewhere, I just get up and leave. If I feel incongruent in that moment, and that's all it was. I was actually in a place earlier today, and I loved it, and then I went back, and it just wasn't right. So I'm sorry about that, and I'll pay for that burger next time I'm in. Or you can just give me two, and I'll have to deal with it. No, don't. No, I'll deal with it. I'll pay for it. It's fine. But man, I might have just made somebody's night just by ghosting. I don't know. Like, well, we have this whole burger here, and yeah, somebody, you gotta eat it. Somebody got a meal, another little fast offering, paying it forward. This is what I need, and I'm willing to give stuff that I have need of. That's what fast offering means. I have better definitions for pretty much everything, LDS. When we get to being partners, after they get over their fear of words, it is going to be the most amazing thing. So, anyway, until then, let's do Operation Establish Atlas in Seattle at Harbor Steps with a bay view. I think like 10 to 13 floor up. I'm not too picky. I'm just thinking like actual best. Like what would be like heaven on earth every single day. That's the only way I think. And anything in the way is just, I know it's avoidable and preventable, and so why is it happening? It's very confusing. So we're getting Atlas established in Seattle tomorrow. And that way, I can recruit my own musicians. Probably already have them, don't you? You know me. And record everything properly where I actually want to. I want my dreams. And then, that's my spot. Does she even have her spot? I mean, it's LA, but it's all kind of like following something. Like when you go to college, you have to go on location back then, so had to go to that particular location. Then chasing dreams, you're usually pulled in the same direction as everybody else. And so I'm curious where home is to her. And then, yeah, we find forever home ourselves. We have to figure that out for ourselves. I do not have my Capital One. So part of being in desperate situations is you lose things for whatever reason. Like you always leave with less than you. Yeah, it's anyway. I don't remember what happened to it. It does not matter. So anyway, I can't access Venmo or anything else digital that way. So full restoration, which also means I need like enough cash or like already paid for type stuff. Yeah, just get me established in Seattle, and then we'll give the bill to Uncle Sam, because this is inhumane treatment. An American can't be homeless on the 4th of July in one of the hottest states. Not the hottest part of the state, mind you, but still, I've always just tried to do stuff to connect meaningfully with everybody that I can, especially the most important ones to me. I've always chosen family over everything else, no matter what it's looked like. That is true. So, shouldn't be too bad. When I was at Salt Lake International, I was not bugged for the first night or two. I think it was the second night they asked to see a ticket, and it's, I get it. You need to state your name and purpose for being there. That's totally fine. We'll take it one step at a time. I need to get to the airport. And I want a new blanket. I'm leaving everything else. You can thrift it. It is abandoned property. I'm not taking it with me. Just my Jackie Crona jersey. And maybe my should I pick my suit? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I'll figure stuff out. But even within family members, like, we can get all of this done and just have the time of our lives and come back together. That's all I've wanted to do, is bring the family back together. Since Grandma died, it was like we lost our son. We've just been rogue planets. This is the time to come together, like now more than ever. So we have 4 lawyers in one family, on my cousins, right? 3 in one family, I should say. We can do all of this ourselves. That's why I reached out to y'all first. I thought I could rely on family, and this is consequence of burnout, other things, common thought, common stuff, but with the amount of evidence that I have, the U.S. legal system injected itself into this situation, and it is in the wrong, and 100% of the way. And we'll do it, because instead of waiting this thing out, I'm just going to countersue for damages altogether, because they're 100% in the wrong. They picked up the charge just because it sounded like low-hanging fruit. Mentally ill son shoves elderly father and breaks his back, which did. Yeah, it sounds terrible, doesn't it? That's not the whole story, and you can't take just one sentence and make somebody's life a death sentence out of it, like you have. This is inhuman. It is a civil rights violation, and you are going down as I ascend. So, you can drop the charge and pay for it all yourselves anyway, but either way, the ones who are within the actual wrong, I don't care. Y'all get to figure that out. I get to be established in Seattle. Cool, huh? So let's get it done. And thanks so much for everybody's dedication and compassion. With just a little bit of effort, every dream can come true. With just a little bit of willingness and listening and trying, we can turn everything around. I know how. So